Are you struggling to establish credit? Have you made a mess of your credit and need help rebuilding it? In this video, we'll go step by step on what you can do to start improving your credit today. Hey folks, Matt Snyder, Mortgage Insider here. Thanks for connecting today. This channel is designed to give you an inside look at everything mortgage and real estate related. This video is part of a series that I've done on tips to help build your credit. If this video helps you, please consider sharing the content and also please like and subscribe. So what can we do to start improving your credit today? First, we want to find out what exactly is on your credit file. There's several different ways to do this. There's many apps and websites. Some of my favorite are annualcreditreport.com or Credit Karma. And also many of your credit card companies now give you access to your information for free. If you need some additional assistance with this, check out the video I made that goes through step by step how to access this information. Knowing that information is half the battle. It's hard to make improvements if you don't know where you're at. So we definitely want to have a goal, but you also need to know the starting point as well. Now that you know the information that's on your credit file, we want to start taking steps towards improvement. One of the biggest impacts on your credit is your payment history. So that's actually making your payments on time. And I know that sounds pretty self-explanatory, but 35% of your credit score is reflective on making those payments on time. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to make it on or before the due date. You do have some flexibility there. The information that's reported to your credit won't show that it's late unless you're 30 days late. So if you slip up and you miss a payment, you might have even gotten charged a late fee because you're outside of the grace period. Make sure you pay that account current before that 30 days hits, or it will show on your credit file as a late payment. And those late payments can haunt you. Now, one 30-day late is not the end of the world, but the more late that payment is, the more of an impact, more of a negative impact that it's going to have on your credit. So late payments are one of the things we want to avoid like the plague. Now, if you've got a file that's already got some late stuff on it, just get those accounts current as quickly as you can and start paying on time, because it will start to get better as time goes by. Now, the next thing that you want to look into is your account balances. The amount owed equates for 30% of your credit score. Now, this is primarily on revolving accounts, and what they're really looking for here is for you to have low balances. If you can keep them below 30%, even if you can keep it closer to 20%, that's even better. The lower those balances are, that's going to impact your credit positively. They look at it like this. If you've got available credit, then you're handling your money well. Now, if you're tight for money, you're probably going to be loading those credit cards up, and that's a telltale sign that you can't handle the credit that you have. So if you're really trying to improve, and this is something that can happen very, very quickly, typically less than 30 days, but sometimes even quicker depending on when that credit card company reports. Make those payments, get those balances down, and you can see a drastic improvement in your credit score. Now, what if you don't have any accounts open that you can pay down and get the balances down on? Another way that you can affect your amounts owed is by opening a new credit account. Now, this can be difficult, especially if you don't have any credit history. There are some powerful tools, and I made another video regarding that. You can be added to someone's file as an authorized user, and you can also open an account by using a secured credit card. These two tools are some of the most powerful tools that I use in the mortgage industry to help my clients get credit established so that we can get them into a home. Check out that video for more details. And that brings us to one of the next tips, which is keeping your accounts open. Now, keeping your accounts open is actually going to help three different ways. So one of the factors that goes into your credit score is the age of your credit. So the older cards that you have open, accounts that you have open, that's going to help you positively because it looks like you have a more mature credit file. It's also going to help you with your amounts owed. So that's your revolving balances. So let's say you opened a credit card 3 years ago. It had a nice promotional rate, but that is expired, and now the rate is 25% or 28%, and you don't even use that credit card anymore. Now, if you close it, it's not going to like kill your credit score, but by leaving it open, you are going to get the positive impact of having that older file. You're also going to have that available credit. Even though you're not using it, you've got the available credit sitting there, and that can give you a huge positive impact. It's also going to help with your account mix. So one thing they look at is your mix of revolving and installment accounts. So revolving accounts are like your credit card, your department store credit card. It's a line of credit that is an open line of credit. So let's say you've got a credit card with a $3,000 limit. You can spend $3,000, but as soon as you pay it back down, you still have that $3,000 available credit. An installment account is a set amount. So let's say you bought a car for $15,000. Doesn't matter how much you pay that car down, you can't go charge more against that installment account. It has a set amortization schedule into when that loan will be paid off. So keep those accounts open for the most positive impact on your credit. So that'll bring us to the last tip for this video, and that is, it kind of goes back to our first thing, paying your payments on time. If that didn't happen and you've had an account that's been turned over to collections, let's get those collections resolved. If you've got the funds to pay them off, call in, pay that off. Know that you can negotiate most collection accounts. So it's pretty common practice. If you had an account with someone, they're going to try to collect it for a little bit. If they don't have any luck, they're going to sell it to another collection agency. Now that collection agency can keep it and try to collect for a while, but a lot of times those accounts get sold to multiple agencies, especially if it's something that you've had for a while. So as those accounts are being passed around, they're not getting the full dollar amount for that collection each time. So let's say you've got a $2,000 debt, they might have only paid $500 to get that account, hoping that they would in one day collect more than that from you and thus make a profit. So what you want to do with any of those collection accounts, especially the older collection accounts, is try to negotiate those with the collector. All you have to do, I mean, you can hire someone to do this, but it's also as simple as making a phone call and saying, hey, I know I've got this debt with you guys. I know it's $2,000. I've got $1,000 sitting in the bank right now. Will you settle for that amount? If I pay you this today, will you mark it on my credit as paid in full? And if that's the case, that can help resolve that account pretty quickly. Now, another powerful tool that you can use on these older collection accounts is you can actually dispute the information. Check out this video I made on just how to do that. Now, this is powerful because like I mentioned, a lot of this information is passed from collector to collector, and the information might not be accurate to the time that you incurred the debt. Now, anytime that you dispute an account, that information has to be verified with documentation. So if those balances aren't accurate, they have to make those balances right. And if they don't have the information on file anymore, they can't collect that debt. So this can be really powerful on some older accounts, but ultimately you just want to avoid having collections to begin with. Pay those accounts on time. Do what you have to do. If you take care of your credit, it'll take care of you. Having good credit is very important in this day and age. I made another video on that, so check that out. The importance of that is it's just going to help you in so many different things, not just getting a good approval, getting a great interest rate, but even things as simple as having good rates on your car insurance. So stay on top of it. Obviously, it can be challenging, especially if you've fallen on hard times. If you need help walking through your credit journey, getting over some of those old hurdles, I'm more than happy to help. Please feel free to reach out. Now, I'm a mortgage loan originator, so my expertise is home loans, but I've got a ton of experience with credit and helping people get reestablished. I think there's a ton of power in connection. All the links to my social media are in the description below. So if there's some way that I can help you and assist you in that, please feel free to reach out. Again, if you found this content to be useful, Please like, share, subscribe. I want to try to help as many people as possible. Have a blessed day.